guys and gals, never hear from Drake Queen Game, and a city on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at some Let's Play episode of Temptation's Ballad. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up, and let's go. Not very well, apparently. Good gods, Papa was right. Wizards really are the whiniest wimps in existence. Excuse you, I just saved you from a fiery death. I think I'm allowed to whine a tiny bit. As the prince nursed his knee, Cole took in their new surroundings with a frown. It looked like they were in one of the hallways on the second floor. The ceiling on the far end had collapsed, revealing the gray overcast skies above. The air buzzed against his ears with an eerie ring, a telltale sign of long-abandoned magic. If you wanted to keep us out of your lab, why did you teleport us inside? I panicked. I'm not really used to casting my magic yet. Bullshit. You've been tossing out high-level spells like candy all day. I'm not lying. The prince's eyes wandered the cold, sterile walls of the laboratory. A look of bittersweet nostalgia fell across his face. But I suppose my mind wandered as I thought about this place, and there was something I wanted to speak to you about. Privately. Cole stiffened as he glanced around, his eyes flashing with arcane light. Where did you throw everyone else? They're safe, I think. They're all somewhere else in the lab. I just wanted a few moments alone with you. I have some questions. All right. We're alone. Ask. Cassius's feathers ruffled nervously. His eyes darted everywhere in the room but the hyena, his hands clutching the bottle against his knee in a tight grip. Finally, the prince looked up and gestured around them. Do you recognize this place? This is one of the things that makes us different, you know. We have a general awareness of our surroundings even before we were made. Cole stared. Made? Cassius turned towards the hyena, his face unreadable. This is what I wanted to speak to you about. Tell me, what were you made for? Cole's fur stood on end. He scanned his surroundings. The broken lab equipment littering the floor, the destroyed walls opening up to the foggy sky above. There was an eerie sense of familiarity he couldn't quite shake. Cole's eyes wandered to the door at the end of the hallway, and his shoulders reflexively tensed. When you say made... Come now, Kalladai, you're no fool. I'm certain you've put the pieces together by now. Cole swallowed, his throat uncomfortably tight. He wanted to snap and say no. He had no idea what the prince was implying, but he'd be stupid to ignore all the signs. Back at the entrance to the lab, the peacock pestered him about his parentage and how he was connected to Agatha Stoker. And yesterday, the enchanter mentioned how one of his fathers broke into her lab 23 years ago. All the time his papa chuckled, thank the gods you've got Hamish's brains, and avoided mentioning Cole's mother like the plague, or any of his family at all, and Cole's own fur patterns that were suspiciously dark for a striped hyena. The bard reached up and gently traced a little black spot underneath his left eye, the one that perfectly mirrored Amish's own. The truth was clear as day if Cole dwelled on it for even a moment, but instead he glared at the prince and snapped. I have no idea what you're prattling on about. The prince sighed. I suppose words are useless at this point. Better to show you. He gestured for Cole to follow before walking towards a room down the hall. Oh, God. Yep, had a feeling. The door led to another sterile white room. Inside was a singular empty display case, its glass cracked as though someone punched a hole through the back to grab whatever was inside. Embedded into the display case plaque were the words Stoker Homunculi Specimen 1 and Stoker Homunculi Specimen 2. Cole's reflection stared back at him through the glass casing, his chest twisting uncomfortably. What? What was inside this? Arcane crystals, 2 of them. They contained a heavily modified version of the spell Create Homunculus. Regular homunculi are intrinsically tied to their creator and are entirely dependent on them. If their creator dies, the homunculus dies as well, and they do not grow nor change. These 2, though? They're different. Enchanter Stoker toiled for decades to make them a reality. A homunculus created from the blood of 2 donors, entirely independent of thought and being. They are children who grow and learn and live. In all the ways that matter, they are the flesh and blood offspring of their parents. One day, 23 years ago, someone broke into this facility and stole one of the crystals. The researchers never tracked down who it was, though I had a sneaking suspicion that Enchanter Agatha knew. Why she never attempted to retrieve it, I'll never know. Cassius peered at Cole curiously. You were the prototype. The first. I suppose there were some issues that needed ironing out. Perhaps that's why your body is so small and underdeveloped compared to your father's. Fathers. Plural. Cole's insides squirmed with tiny needles of guilt. The years he spent giving Hamish hell for not being good enough for Papa rose in his mind. The countless outbursts of frustrations he hurled upon the other hyena when Cole couldn't measure up to Papa's legend. He was the son of Marrow Bonebreaker, and Hamish was just a convenient target for his insecurities. Yet there he was, his actual father. Not that it really mattered. Blood relation or not, Hamish treated Cole with more patience than he deserved. In all these years, he just threw it back into his face. God, he was pathetic. The prince watched him carefully, as though trying to pick apart his reaction for some hint of answers. Does the truth trouble you so? Not exactly jumping for joy, no. Are you upset because you did not fulfill your purpose? Cole glanced at the prince warily. Most people don't make kids with some great big plan in mind. Sometimes they just kind of happen. Why does this matter so much to you? I did not just happen, and clearly neither did you. There's been a lot on my mind, and you're the only one who might have some semblance of an answer. So I must ask, what were you made for? I have to know. Cole exhaled sharply as he ran a frustrated claw through his hair. Does it really matter? My dads. They're big stupid idiots. They're madly in love and they wanted to have a kid. They ended up with the world's most disappointing son. Maybe I popped out of some magic doohickey instead of a womb, but the reasoning still stands. Life just happens sometimes. There isn't some grand scheme behind it. Cassius frowned, an untethered fear etching across his face like cracks across glass. I don't understand how you can live like this, without knowing what to do, without reason, easily and disappointingly. If you wanted to know why, you're better off asking Papa and Hamish instead of me. I'm just the consequence. Cassius shot him a wistful smile. From the moment I came into being, my purpose was etched into my mind. It was the one thing I knew with utmost certainty, and yet, he choked out a bitter laugh. Well, I suppose I failed immediately. I, too, became a great disappointment. The prince shot Cole a humorless smile. But if you are correct, and sometimes life just happens, then I must ask, how does one continue living when they know they're failed? Thus, I brought you here. A bargain of sorts. Cassius swallowed tightly before hesitantly reaching out to Cole with an open palm. As I mentioned before, we were born different. We have a subconscious awareness around us even before we were born. I would like to peer into your mind and find the answer to my question. Cole recoiled sharply. Before he could retort, the prince hastily continued. Mind reading is often a two-way street. You came to this facility to uncover the truth behind the royal family, did you not? In a technical sense, I am the caster behind the anti-mimetic spell enshrouding this mystery. Anything you learn from me will be retained, regardless of any secret-keeping magic. And thus, my proposal. Allow me to read your mind, and you are free to probe mine for answers as well. Cole bit his cheek, his thoughts racing wildly. They were in dire need of information, and there was truly no better source than the man himself. But to expose himself like this was just reckless, foolish. And yet, a small part of himself also yearned for the truth. He needed to find answers behind this whole royal family rabbit hole. For Artemy, he lied to himself half-heartedly. All right, I agree to your bargain, but you'll only search my brain for your answer and no further. Second yell, water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Okay, I agree to your bargain, but you'll only search my brain for your answer and no further. Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Got it? Prince Cassius nodded solemnly. You have my word. The prince's outstretched hand hung in the air. Cole stared at it hesitantly for several long moments before exhaling sharply. He reached out and grasped it in a firm handshake. The air crackled with a surge of arcane light, and everything went white. Cole felt his mind open like the blossoms of an unending flower. Each petal unfolded to reveal a prior moment of his life, flickering further and further back until the sights and sounds became unrecognizable. Cole felt the prince's gaze behind his eyes, peering deeper into his past for the answers they both craved. And then, there was nothing. No sight, no sound, just a vast expanse of blackness. But there was a sense of some sort, a sense of self, and a vague awareness of the world around him. Cole was still, crystalline and unmoving. He sat behind a glass display case in a gray, sterile lab. Voices of researchers and enchanters flickered past his perception, whispering words he couldn't quite catch. And here he sat for what felt like days, months, years maybe. Cole could feel some ticking past in him. Cole could feel time ticking past in his limited existence as he waited. What was he waiting for? Then, a sudden crack. A shatter of shattering glass filled his senses. Cole felt a large, warm hand seize his entire being and pull him from his glass prison. There was also loud swearing, blaring alarms, and the panicked pattering of fleeing feet. Someone clutched him close to their chest as they ran. Cole could feel their heart race with a strange mix of excitement, apprehension, and fear. After what felt like forever, the running slowed to a halt. This person's unease did not fade as they approached their destination with Cole's arcane crystal in hand. There was the sound of a creaking door, and then hushed voices. Psst! Hamish! Hammy! Hamster! You up? I've been meaning to talk to you about something. What?
What time is it? If you woke me up at the dead of night to randomly say I love you again, I swear to the gods.
No, Hamish, this is a serious discussion.
You said the same thing last week when this blasted tavern ran out of ale.
I told you, Hammy, it's a guild building. I got all the permits and everything. We've even got a front sign now.
We still get strangers strolling in asking for a pint.
We could just throw one of the boys at the front door to gatekeep the place.
Like a bouncer. At a tavern.
I keep telling you, it's the Bonebreaker Mercenary Guild. It says so on our taxes.
What taxes?
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, and we will find out more in the next video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!